Hi, I'm Dan.
And I'm Tallulah.
Don't worry if you haven't heard about ataxia before. It's pretty rare and we're going to explain it to you now.
Ataxia is the umbrella term for a group of neurological conditions that gradually destroys your cerebellum and affects your ability to control movement and send signals throughout your nervous system. This means people are less likely to have control over their legs and movement.
That's why I'm in a wheelchair.
And that's why I use a stick to get around.
There are different types of ataxia. I have Friedreich's ataxia, which is the most common type.
And I have AOE2, a rare type. But there are lots of different types of ataxia. In fact, over 200 types of ataxia have been discovered, including spinocerebellar ataxia type 1, gluten, episodic, you get the gist.
There are around 10,000 adults and 500 children diagnosed with ataxia in the UK. Each person is affected in their own way, and even when there are more than one person in the same family with ataxia, the symptoms can vary and affect people differently.
Ataxia also doesn't discriminate. Children as young as 2 can start to develop symptoms, while some adults in old age are also diagnosed. Some ataxias are genetic, while other ataxias are acquired through circumstances such as brain injury, alcohol misuse, or even gluten intolerance.
You're probably wondering how this affects our daily lives. Like I mentioned before, the disruption in our brain causes us to lose balance and coordination. And for those who are still able to walk, they might find it difficult or even impossible to without an aid. And simple things can be a challenge, like speaking, writing and carrying drinks. Ataxia can also cause heart problems and eventually take over its ability to beat.
Currently, there are no cures for ataxia, which means our progressive condition will only worsen. As a rare condition, the diagnosis rate for people with ataxia is also very low. It took a whole decade before I was diagnosed with ataxia.
For those who have been diagnosed, there are various approaches to controlling our symptoms as best we can. For example, physiotherapy, speech and language therapy, and occupational therapy.
Living with ataxia can also be a struggle. Ataxia makes daily tasks a challenge, such as getting out of bed to taking a shower, and that's without being mistaken as drunk when I'm walking.
But there is support and hope.
I have made a group of friends within the ataxia community who are in a similar situation to me.
And I have a wonderful, supportive fiancé. When we can, we present talks together about love and disability, as well as groundbreaking research that continues to search for treatment and ultimately a cure.
We're a strong community and together we will beat ataxia.